Hello, this is Gail from Burger Sewing and Vacuum in Manassas, Virginia, and this is just a mini class on how to use your built-in stitches that we generally think of as sewing stitches, but we're going to do it in the embroidery mode and using your border function. So the first thing I'm going to do is let you know that I am using, because it makes a difference, I am at version 3.06, so it's a Solaris 2 upgrade, and that is the firmware. I'm going to select right here, hopefully you can see my mouse, and I'm going to go down to these stitches right here. And the really fun stitches are down, or getting close to the 200 range around there. And I'm going to grab this rocking horse with a ball because it's easy to see. You can see it's kind of little. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to make it bigger. So I go to size. Because I want to make it a lot bigger than I see it there, I'm going to come to here where it says recalculate the stitches. That way I can make it a lot bigger. So I'm going to make it bigger so we can actually see it. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here, and this is the border function. I usually call it stitch building because I build up my stitches. And I can build them up. And you can see I now have 3 of those horses, one right after the other. Now this is interesting. When we come down here, it shows me that they're grouped together. And it looks like they're one continuous stitch. But let's look what happens if I rotate at this point. If I go to rotate them, they're all rotated individually. I don't want that. I want to rotate them all the way because I am going to make a frame. So I want to do 4 of these to make a frame. So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to click on this. This actually separates them out, so they're now individual. Click on it a second time. Now they're actually all together, because now when I rotate, look what happens. It rotates them together, and that's exactly what I want. So I'm going to pull these horses over to the side. Of course, if I were really doing this, I would be lining them up a lot better than I'm going to do today. So I have my horses here. Now I want to go and, copy them and just rotate them around. And I know it's going to start the horse and sews this way. So I'll probably put the next one here, here, and here. Doesn't mean it's always going to sew out that way, but we're going to try it. But right now, you notice I cannot copy this. So I have to ungroup them so they're all individuals. Now I can copy, and I'm going to grab those and I'm going to pull it off to the side. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to regroup these. So I'm going to click on that to regroup them. Now I can rotate it 90 degrees and pull this one down here. And I'm going to get it close. I'm not going to do it exact. Okay, so now I have my second group of horses. Now once again, this one, I can't copy that right now. So I'm going to ungroup them, copy them, pull that out of the way so I can see what's going on. Group them back together. Rotate it 90 degrees. Move those horses over here. And like I said, I'd be doing it a lot more accurate. I would be blowing this up really big so I can make sure that they line up perfectly. But I'm not going to do that right now. And so I have these here. And now I want to copy again. So I have to ungroup, copy, pull them out of the way so I can see what's going on. Group them back together again, rotate it, rotate them 90 degrees, move them up, get them to where I want them to be, pretty close. And there we have it. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to do a practice sew on these guys because it's going to make a difference. If I do this, I'm going to see how it sews out. It might not be sewing out in the order I think it should. Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't always know why. So it does that one, it did this one, it does that one, and it does that one. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. If it did not sew out, because sometimes, there's one time it started here, it went here, it jumped over here, and then it jumped over there, and I don't know what I did wrong. If you do have that happening, what you can do, and what I will do, is I would change the colors of all these. So I'd have one red, one group blue, one group green, and one group orange, just so I could tell where they are. And if you have a Solaris 2 or a Solaris 1 upgraded to a Solaris 2, which is what I have, you could come down here and you can change the order of things, and you can see where all your little horses are, and it shows this one is the very last. Well, I could put that one let's say I want to make it first. So I'm going to put it all the way at the beginning. So now that one has now been shifted to the beginning. And if I were to sew this out, hopefully I didn't mess it all up, and you can see that it starts up there, and then it goes to here, and here, and then the last one. So if you have a Solaris 2, or a Solaris 1 upgraded to a 2, you have this function here, and it doesn't matter if these are all in the wrong order, if it does this one first, this one second, this one third, this one fourth, I can go and rearrange them, which is a really nice feature. If you are doing this on one of your other machines, you can just make sure that you group them all together and keep them all grouped, and then you just need to rotate and move them around so you know what order they're supposed to be in. And once again, changing the colors of them really does help, so I can see that, ooh, I'm doing the blue first, and the green, then the red, then the orange. But that's just a fun little thing using your border function and the built-in stitches. You notice that I made it bigger, so now I could do some really cute things, make some really cute frame designs or whatever I want to do, and then put something in the middle. You could even use these as quilting stitches if you wanted to. So have fun, explore, push all the buttons on your machine and see what happens, and we would love to see the exciting things that you can do. So until next time, bye-bye.